Right, my booties, it's the day after the mussels. Look at that, big old boys. I've got them here. They're going to go back in the sea. Everything you forage, the detritus of processing it, eating it, should all go back in the sea. Brought my small bait digging fork, because we've still got massive tides, and that always opens up a load of opportunities for different types of foraging, maybe not even for food, for bait, which in this circumstance is what we're looking for. But I'm looking for something else that's been majorly elusive to me. Well, look at this. These are Alexander's. Very edible plant, coastal plant. What we would have used for celery way back when, before we got celery. I'll do another video on those, but they're really kind of sweet tasting celery. Every part of the plant is edible, and there's loads in this hedgerow here, all coming up. They'll be everywhere within 5 miles of the coastline. In the next month it's the right time to harvest them, because that's when they're most juicy, less stringy. They can get pretty stringy later on in life. Anyway, I digress. I have been on the hunt for God knows how long for the elusive razor clam. I can go down south anytime to the estuaries, south coast of Cornwall, and get hundreds of razor clams. It's not difficult at all. But here on the north coast we get a lot more swell, and that limits what you can forage on the north coast. I've been looking for years for razor clams, and I've only found one on the beach we're going to, but because of these massive tides, I'm hoping it might have just gone out a little bit further than any tide I've tried before, and we might be able to find a couple. There'll be cockles and clams and other bits and pieces out here. Hopefully we're going to get something, and if I do get some bait, I'm going to go for a fish later, because today is officially the start of the bass fishing season. We're blessed. The weather's been fantastic. The surf has been pumping. The sun has been out. I must say this lockdown has been something special. I'm absolutely loving it. Now this is a super tidal beach, and you can see behind me it's very flat, and I've got probably a mile walk to get to the sea here, but that tide today will go coming right by those sand dunes behind us. Travel a good mile inland. Yeah, let's plonk all these mussels in the sea. And normally we'd be looking for a keyhole shaped hole, and they're not very apparent here. You've got to look out for other stuff. But if you do see any movement, a squirt out the sand, a little lump that doesn't look right, good old salt will help. This is a sea urchin. Sea potato. Beautiful shell. I think this one's alive. You'll find a lot here on low tides, and he buries himself under the sand about 10-15 centimeters deep, and yeah, if you can find a dead one, the shell is absolutely beautiful. I'll tell you what I'll do, I'll dig a little hole and put him in. He's floating, so that might suggest he might be dead. Anyway, our hunt is for razor clams, so There's something interesting. A brittle star. Lovely red one, look. Shame we can't go closer with the old GoPro, but that's a brittle starfish. As you can see why it's called that. This, for example, looks quite promising. Yeah, what's that? Oh no, it's something else. Venus clam or some sort of surf clam. I'm not great on my clams because we don't get a lot around here, but you can see the evidence. He's alive. We'll pop it back in. Not big enough to eat. I'm going to walk back into the more sheltered part of this sandbar. I think that's the natural place that they would colonize, just because it gets a little less swell than everywhere else. Water. Some water in that. Help it get down. It looks like something's been disturbed there. Could just been a bird trying to get something out there. Let's see a hole opening up. Help it get down. Right, and that here definitely looks like a razor clam. Maybe you just got to dig here. Ah, it was too. I've broken it. There we go. So they're around, but it was one. And the other hole was this. That definitely looks like one. There you go. There's the classic squirt. Now I've got to go quickly and carefully. He's there. I might just try to dig him out with my hands. He's got the ability to go down very far. I think that this is a gaper clam. I can feel a, yeah, I can feel the shell. I don't mind if it's a gaper clam. And when you dig them with your fork, you generally break them. Here we go. Look at that. Great gilthead bream bait. I've actually broke that with my hand. They're very soft shell, but look how beautiful that is. That big that is. I mean, people eat those. I've never tried one. But that says to me, gilthead bream bait. This is what I'm going to go and try and catch later on. There we go. So that's really good. Now, you know, I feel like my chances are in now. Gaper. Out you come, my beauty. Out you come. Out you come. You're having a pee on me. Well, I just saw some movement here, look, and that just came straight out on its own. Oh man, I don't believe it. Success, yes. Wow, and that just came out of the sand all on its own. Wicked. I think I see something. Look at this looks like a big one. Look at that, just poking out the sand. Just be slow, quiet. There you go. Perfect size. I'm so happy. So look, this is what's happening. The tide is flooding in and they're just starting to poke out of the sand. They must be able to feel the water advancing or something. It's just poking out here. If I can be fast and good, I should be able to grab hold of him. Oh, they're so strong. Man, oh, I just got the better of him now. There we go. There we go. Look, there's another sea potato. I'm going to take this one home and he's dead for sure. Otherwise you see all of these little furry bits moving around everywhere. I'm going to take that home and dry it out. Probably take ages. But you know, this is getting more and more successful. Pretty happy. Let's just see what happens. I've got you. I'm not letting go. I'm not letting go. There he is. More of those little palords or Venus clams, I don't know what they are. Here's one popped out of its hole here, look at that. Great. And another look. Come on, slowly, slowly, slowly. That's it. That's it. There we go. Sweet. Now we're getting a few. I think we've got 5 now. It's good, look how we're getting on now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, not bad for a first attempt. I reckon we're going to get some more too. Most of them I've got just in that last 5 minutes. They seem to be poking themselves out the sand. It's a bit weird. Just watching this water come over and seeing if there are any holes or razors coming out of those holes. Holes appearing. Literally, the salt doesn't work here. I'm literally just seeing them poke out the sand and grabbing them, or giving it a quick dig. I saw him then. I heard it. There we go. Wicked. I think I can see a couple more here too. There is a technique, obviously. Well, you've got to be happy with that. I got 10. Much to my surprise. I think, you know, I got here too late. The tide was already flooding, but never trust the tide charts. Always give yourself an extra hour that you don't really need, but that was great. They just started popping up, didn't need the salt. And well, I'm just absolutely stoked that happened. So listen, I've got enough now, enough to use as bait. I'd love to eat them. Next big tide, I'll make sure I do this one properly, but it's more important that I get to my fishing spot now as the tide floods, because that's when we've caught in the past. So I'm gonna hot foot it back to the van, get down to the other spot, and hopefully we can get a fish, because as far as I'm concerned, that's a success. Pretty damn good. Put them in there. They're good size, these chaps. Much bigger than I imagined they might be. Look at that. One broken one. I think one I pulled the foot off. But hey, gotta be happy. Nice big gaper there. Quite a bit of bait. I'm not going to waste too much time trying to dig worms, because we got enough bait for an hour session there, 2-hour session. And anything I don't use, I might just cook up and eat later on, see what they taste like. But happy days, look at that. Right, I've changed my mind. I'm going to go and fish where I dug, or where I found those razor clams. I figure fish where you forage and you'll stand a chance. That's where the natural food source lies. We've caught gilts on razor clam before, but not where the razor clam beds are. So I'm going to give it a go. You've got to take your chances in this game. You never know, fingers crossed, we might get it. I'm going to walk away without shutting my van up. Don't rush, don't panic, because you're bound to forget something if you do. Like the keys. Lovely bit of dry stone wall, and we're on our way out to the mark. A mark I've never fished before. I think it's going to be impossible for me not to give the game away at some point in this video where I am. I've never tried to make anything a secret like that. Everybody's welcome to give it a go. God, it's taken me years to find out half of this stuff. Trial and error. That's exactly what we're doing now. Trialing something. When I'm on my own, I have a lot more luck than when I'm fishing with the boys. So fingers crossed. I've got my lunch, I've got a drink. I'll sit there and have a couple of peaceful hours and use this prime bait up and fish exactly the spot where I found it, if I can get there. Look at that sky. Lambing season. Beautiful. Right, come on, stop divvying around making bloody videos. Oh, look, double latch gate. Hayes Outdoors would love that. I nearly got to the point I wanted to get to, but I don't know, it looks like the sun's going to come out. I'm going to have my sandwich. I took that whole lugworm out and a section of fresh razor clam. I can't believe how tough they are in comparison to what you buy from the shops. It's frozen. I didn't need to bait elastic it on, I just popped it out there. So let's hope for the best. That's what we got to contend with. Can't show you the view. Water looks murky as hell. It's not really working out. I haven't even had a nibble, not even a crab bite. So it's got bloody freezing. I wish I brought my woolly hat. You've got to remember it's still February, last day of February. So I'm going to pack up now. And so there they are. These are good sized ones, these. Much bigger than I expected them to be. Super happy to have found them. Minimum size for razor clams in the UK is 10 centimeters. These are all at least 15, if not more actually. I I've had them in seawater overnight in this bucket. Look how much is sand they've purged out. That's pretty amazing. Always good with shellfish to just purge them in some salt water, at least for a few hours if you're going to want to eat them the same day, but best to leave them overnight in some fresh seawater and let them purge any sand out or what have you. It'll be a far more enjoyable eating experience, let me tell you. Okay, so what we've got here is a lovely razor clams, beauties. Bit of hedgerow parsley found, some a shallot, garlic clove, and a nice lump of butter, salt and pepper, and a wee soupçon of wine. And we're going to sweat off the onions and garlic in the butter, get them sweated down, and then we're going to whack those beauties in. And in we go with those. Lid on here. Stir with a spoon. There you go. But these are great.
Very nice.
Really lovely, aren't they?
Mm-hmm.
You'll pay top dollar for that in a restaurant around here, especially where we live. Wow. There we go. The end of a little adventure. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm certainly going to go and get some more of these, and we'll catch a fish next time. Yeah. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Cheers, me booties.